So this is a little video about balancing your crown chakra. Now, the crown chakra is exactly where it sounds like it is. It's right at the crown of your head. And remember, this chakra model is just an idea. This is a way of understanding our really complex systems. So not just the physical body, but also our thoughts, our emotions, and kind of the bigger idea of ourselves. So this crown chakra is at the very top. And hopefully you've got some understanding of it, the other chakras coming all the way up because everything is connected. This crown chakra is very much about our sense of connection, not just to others, but also within ourselves, and maybe even to that source bigger than ourselves. So the universe or God or whatever works for you. Keeping in mind this idea of the crown chakra, that crown of your head, we're going to do a practice today that's going to really focus on extending your spine, really getting tall, because we want that space through the center of the body. And as we're going through this practice, there's a lot of attention about inversion, about bringing our head below our hearts and extending the spine. So just a little caution before we get started. If you're feeling like you have a little bit of a headache, or if your blood pressure is a little bit off, if it's a little too low or a little too high, really be gentle with yourself in this practice, especially because you're practicing on your own without me being present for this practice. You want to pay attention. If you start to get a headache, if any part of your body starts to have pain or cramping, that just means back off and come back to a place where you can rest easy and give yourself some space, and then just let this practice go. You can watch. In fact, it might be helpful for you to go ahead and watch the whole video first and then come back and actually do the practice, because then you'll know what you're doing and it'll give you a chance to judge if that's something that you want to do for yourself today. So let's just start with some standing movements. So take a minute to get yourself standing, someplace where your feet feel solid and stable beneath you. Just a little bit of space between your feet, a little space between your knees. And if you can, close your eyes here, just so that you can bring your attention into your body. We're going to start with an awareness of the breath. So bring one hand to your belly and the other hand to your chest. You don't have to breathe anyway. Just see if you can connect, mentally focus in on the flow of your breath and become aware of how your body moves as you breathe. Just taking a couple of breaths, focusing your attention in your body, giving yourself permission to just pay attention for this little block of time. And then let your arms relax. Keep breathing, don't stop. And then focus your attention all the way down at the soles of your feet. Notice your toes making contact with the floor here, especially your big toes, just gently pressing toward the floor. And then see if you can feel the arches of your feet lifting away from the floor just a tiny bit. Always paying attention. If anything starts to cramp, that means you've gone too far. Now move your attention from the soles of your feet up to your knees, and just let your knees be unlocked, softly bent. And then move your attention up your legs to your hips, pulling your belly button in. Just someplace you can breathe easy. Now lengthen your spine. Just get tall here. As you get nice and tall, feel that extension through your spine. You're lengthening your spine, maximum vertical alignment here. Now feel that length in your spine, connected into your breathing. We're going to do a little movement, just the arms, so your eyes can stay closed if you like. On your next inhalation, we're just going to sweep both arms out to the sides, reaching up toward the ceiling as high as you can, so you're extending through your spine. The entire time you exhale, those arms come to your sides. Now, as you do this movement, try not to squeeze your shoulders up high. Keep your shoulders relaxed. You're extending your spine, your arms. And then when you exhale, just bring those arms all the way back down. Let's do 2 more. If you're breathing faster than me, that's okay. Just try and pace your movement to match the speed of your breathing. Feeling that extension through your spine every time you inhale. Feeling your shoulders relax, your belly button pulling in every time you exhale. So the next time your arms are by your sides, just let your arms relax. And then bring your attention down to the soles of your feet again. We're going to do a little action through the legs just to build some stability. All you're going to do is this little baby squat. So just bend your knees until you feel a stretch in your calves or until your knees say stop. And then go ahead and straighten those legs, really pushing into the floor. Big toes pushing into the floor. All right, now bend your knees again. And then straighten, really pressing your feet into the floor, those big toes into the floor. Feel that action through your legs. If you like, inhale, bending, lifting through your chest. Exhale, straightening those legs. Let's just do 1 more, just like that. We'll bend and then straighten. All right, now let your knees be unlocked. Let your legs relax for a second here. This next move we're going to do is an extension posture again. We're going to do that same arm lift that we did at the start, but we're going to add lifting your heels. So you're coming up onto the balls of your feet. All right, so watch first, and then I'll talk you through a few rounds. So what you're going to do is at the same time, you're lifting both heels, lifting your arms all the way up. It helps if you have a stationary spot with your eyes, which is not the video because I'm moving. When you exhale, you're lowering everything down. So now that you know what you're doing, set yourself up. Find a stationary spot. If you look up a little bit, that's helpful. Just focus your eyes, focus your gaze. And at the same time, when you inhale, you're lifting both heels, lifting your arms. Big toes are pushing into the floor. As you exhale, lower everything down. Big toes are pressing into the floor. If you get wobbly, that's okay. See if you can repeat this movement. The entire time you inhale, you're lifting. The entire time you exhale, lowering down. Just do this a couple more times, nice and easy. You'll find the rhythm. Feel that extension through your spine as you inhale. Feeling your belly button pulling in on your exhale. Nice and tall. Big toes pushing down. It's the hard part. And then lower everything to the floor. Let your feet stay flat on the floor. Maybe roll your shoulders. And take a breath. Just notice that length through your spine. Maybe notice all that energy moving through your hands, your feet. Now you can stay facing whatever direction you like. I'm going to give you the side view for this next movement. But we're going to do a series of forward bends here. So the big thing is we're going to change what we do with the arms. As we're going through this sequence, this little series of forward bends, if you feel like you get super dizzy, just stop, back off, rest for a minute. But we'll start really simple. Knees are softly bent, legs are strong, big toes are pushing into the floor. As you inhale, lengthen your spine so you get nice and tall. And then when you exhale, you're just going to bend at the hips, folding forward, extending through your spine. So try not to round your back. You can bend your knees a little bit more if you need to. Now, when you inhale, you're going to lift through your spine. Try and flatten your back parallel to the floor. Again, your knees can be bent a little bit. And then when you exhale, pull that belly button in, folding forward. Try and find that stretch along your back. Now, when you inhale, again, extending through your spine. So you're flattening your back, lifting all the way up to standing. Take your time. Now, just stay standing. Take a breath. We're going to do that exact same thing again. So exhale, pulling your belly button in, bending at the hips. Spine is long, like you're extending through the crown of your head all the way forward. Knees can be bent. And then when you inhale, flatten your back, lifting tall, just parallel to the floor. Exhale again, pull your belly button in, folding forward. And then inhale, extending through your spine. Lift all the way up to standing. And then stay standing. Take a free breath. All right, again, if the room is spinning, give yourself a minute. But if you can, what we're going to do is this time, you're going to reach both arms toward the ceiling. When you exhale, you're going to bring your right hand behind your back, sweeping that right hand behind your back, reaching through your left arm as you fold forward over your legs. That left hand can come toward the floor. Now, when you inhale, you're just lifting your spine parallel to the floor, extending through your spine, reaching through your left fingertips. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, reach through your left arm, extending through your spine, stand all the way up. Bring both arms up toward the ceiling. Now we're going to do that again, switching arms. So this time, as you exhale, you're sweeping that left hand behind your back, reaching out through your right arm, folding forward. Inhale, lift your spine parallel to the floor, that right arm alongside your head if you can. Feel how strong your back is. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reach through your right arm, extending through your spine, stand all the way up. Sweep both arms up. And then we'll switch arms again. So exhale, right hand comes behind your back as you reach forward, folding forward. When you inhale, flatten your back, lifting through your chest. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extending through your spine. Sweep that right arm out and up as you lift all the way up. One more time, bringing that left hand behind your back, reaching through your right arm, folding forward. Now when you inhale, just lift your spine up parallel to the floor, extending through your right arm. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, extending through your spine, lift all the way up, sweep both arms up. Stay standing, just let your arms come down. And then take a breath. Maybe roll your shoulders, maybe check in with your head. If you're feeling dizzy, just back off. If you're feeling pretty good, we're going to do one more round here. Okay, so this time when you inhale, bring both arms out to the sides and up. All right, here's the deal. When you exhale, you're going to sweep both hands behind your back, folding forward at the hips. So your hands come to your low back, your head comes toward the floor. As you inhale, lift your spine up halfway. Bring your arms alongside your head if you can. Exhale, folding forward. Let the crown of your head drop toward the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides. Reach all the way up, stand all the way up. If you can, one more time. Exhale, reaching your arms out to the sides, folding forward. Hands come to your low back. When you inhale, you're flattening your back. Try and bring your arms alongside your head. And then when you exhale, you're folding all the way forward, hands to your low back. Last time, standing all the way up. Sweep your arms out to the sides, reach all the way up, extending. Stay standing. Just let your arms come out to the sides and down. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. Maybe adjust everything. I think I got taller. Check in with your body here. Notice the effect of what we did. Now we're going to move down into a kneeling posture after this. So just come down onto your hands and knees. All right, so as you come down onto your hands and knees, make sure there's a little space between your knees, a little space between your feet. Find a spot where your wrists feel okay on the floor, spreading your fingers wide. Think about pressing your index fingers into the floor, kind of reaching out through the tips of your fingers here. That should relieve some tension on your wrists. If your wrists are really cranky, skip this part. So what we're going to do is our version of Chakra. So when you exhale, what you're doing is you're pushing your hips back towards your heels. Let your elbows come all the way to the floor. Let your forehead drop toward the floor. As you inhale, drag your nose along the floor until your nose is even with your hands, and then push up onto your hands and knees. So repeat this. Exhale, pushing your hips back. Elbows come to the floor, forehead toward the floor. Inhale, dragging your nose along the floor, lifting back up onto your hands and knees. So on that exhale, we're finding a forward stretch. We're finding that stretch along your back. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck here. And then as you inhale, really pull your shoulders away from your ears, extending through your spine so you're lifting nice straight back. Let's do one more. Exhale, pushing your hips back. Inhale, lifting back up onto your hands and knees. Now stay on your hands and knees and tuck the toes of both feet under. Come onto the balls of your feet. On your next exhale, you're going to lift those knees up off the floor. Push your hips straight back. This is down dog. When you inhale, go ahead and bend your knees all the way to the floor again. And then exhale, sit back onto your heels. Elbows to the floor, forehead to the floor. Relax your shoulders, relax your wrists. It's a good time to check in. If you're feeling okay, we're going to do that little sequence again. So inhale, dragging your nose along the floor, lifting up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. When you exhale, you're lifting your knees up off the floor. Let your head drop in between your arms so your neck relaxes. The crown of your head comes toward the floor. Inhale, bend your knees to the floor. Point your toes. And exhale, sit back onto your heels. If you can, we're going to go through two more. So find your breath. Inhale, lifting up. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, lift your knees up. Try and relax your neck. Pushing through your fingertips. Inhale, bend your knees to the floor. Point your toes. Exhale, push your hips back towards your heels, elbows to the floor. Let's do one more. Just feel your body as you move. As you lift up into down dog, really push out through your fingertips. Relax your neck. Inhale, bend your knees. Pointing your toes, sit back onto your heels one last time. And then you get to stay here. Maybe reach your arms forward a little bit so you can relax your shoulders. Maybe stretch out your wrists. All right. Now, if you can, what you're going to do is keep your elbows wide. Just lace your fingers gently together. So you're kind of making a little triangle with your forearms. Now, relax your neck to start. Really tuck your chin in towards your chest, unless your shirt is smothering you. Now, if you remember learning how to do a somersault as a little kid, it's kind of what we're going to do here. So what's going to happen is as you inhale, so watch this one first. Lift your hips up off the floor. Let the crown of your head come toward the floor. The back of your head can come towards your hands so you can cradle your head in your hands. And then when you exhale, you're just pushing your hips back towards your heels, letting your forehead come to the floor. So if you didn't watch it the first time, watch it this time, and then I'll take you through a few repetitions. But the crown of your head's coming toward the floor. You don't want to put too much pressure there. Just feel that stretch along the back of your neck. And then exhale, sitting back. All right, so get your body into this child's pose with your hands laced together. Elbows are wide. All right, your arms need to be extended to get that space. But as you inhale, you're just rolling the top of your head toward the floor. The back of your head can come towards your hands. Push your elbows into the floor here. And then when you exhale, push your hips back towards your heels. We're going to do this a few more times, just with your breath. The entire time you inhale, you're lifting your hips, head towards your hands, tuck your chin. And then when you exhale, come back so your neck can relax, your shoulders can relax. Maybe two more. If you're breathing faster than me, that's okay. But really pay attention to your body here. It's especially important if your shoulders, your neck, your head start to yell at you. Back off, find a place to rest. If you can, one more time. Now, if you can, keep your hips up. Keep your head in this position. You're really pressing your elbows toward the floor. Relax your neck. My head is really not even touching the floor, even though I've got a lot of hair in the way. But the crown of my head is pointing toward the floor as best as I can. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. So if you want to watch first, I'm going to do this a couple of times so you can play with me after you watch. What we're going to do is tuck the toes under and then lift your knees up, kind of like you did in down dog. Your elbows are pressing into the floor. The crown of your head is toward the floor, not really touching. My head is not touching the floor, just barely. All right? Then you can bend your knees and sit back into child's pose. So if this sounds like a bad idea, skip this. If you want to try keeping that nice little triangle with your forearms, you're going to lift your hips. Try not to lose your AirPod. Crown of your head to the back of your hand, or into that little cradle of your hands. I'm losing everything here. Tuck your toes under, so you're on the balls of your feet. And then you're going to lift your knees up, push your elbows to the floor. Keep your neck relaxed, the crown of your head barely touching the floor. Take a breath or two, and then come all the way down. Sit back into child's pose again. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. All right. Now you're going to shift your body. So come all the way down onto your stomach, onto the floor. If you have glasses on, you may want to take them off so they don't get smushed. And then rest on your forehead. Tuck your chin here. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. So as you come into this position, resting on your stomach, give yourself just a minute to adjust, to acclimate after all that upside down stuff. All right. So we're just going to lift the upper body. Your feet, your legs stay touching the floor. On your next inhalation, lift your head, your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together behind your back. See if you can rotate your palms toward your butt like you're going to pat yourself on the butt. And then when you exhale, lower down. Just that little lift. So this is our adaptation of Bhujangasana, or cobra pose. So if you imagine a snake lifting, as you exhale, lowering down. If it feels okay, do this 2 more times. This is a good counter pose to all that inversion stuff. All that stuff we did with your neck, your shoulders. You don't even have to lift very high. If you like, 1 more time, just lifting your upper body. And then lowering down. And then stay on the floor. Take a free breath. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. All right, now we're going to do a little alternate arm and leg stuff. So remember, left and right is subjective, but I'm going to give you some direction about it. If you get lost, that's okay. We're going to do that same little lift of your upper body. So when you inhale, you're lifting your head, your chest. At the same time, sweep that right arm out to the side, bringing your right hand to the crown of your head, lift your opposite leg. And then when you exhale, come back to the starting spot. So your arm is down by your side, resting on your forehead. And then we'll do the other side. So inhale, head, chest, left arm sweeping forward, right leg lifting. Exhale, lower everything down. Just going to do it 1 more time on each side. Hand to the crown of your head as you bring your hand up. 1 more. I bet my knee on that one. You don't have to do that. Right. All right. Now come back up onto your hands and knees. And then sit back into child's pose 1 more time. Just push your hips back toward your heels. Let your elbows rest on the floor. Find a place where your neck, your shoulders can relax. If you can't, keep your arms alongside your head, though. You're going to walk both hands to the right just a little bit. Relaxing your neck, your head toward the floor. Just reach out through your left fingertips a little bit more. Pushing your hips straight back so you get that little bit more stretch down your left side. A little lateral stretch here. And then walk your hands back to the center. Just take a breath at the center. Feel the difference from one side to the other. And then walk both hands to the other side. This time reaching out to your right fingertips, pushing your hips straight back. Just find the stretch that feels good for you. And then walk your hands back to the center. Take a breath at the center. And then you're going to come back up onto your hands and knees. All right, folks, I didn't warn you at the beginning of the practice, but if you have a wall nearby, we're going to use the wall, or you can use a sofa or a chair, but we want to move into a very supported inversion position. So what you're going to do, if you need to pause the video to find a wall to readjust, take a second. And then what you're going to do is just bring one hip, so you're turning sideways to the wall. Get your hip as close to the wall as you can. Your hands are on the floor behind you, so you can use your hands to lower your spine to the floor, and then walk your feet up the wall. Now, if your butt is not touching the wall, it can be fine this way. If you want to get a little closer, you can wiggle your butt closer to the wall. But the idea here is this inversion, your back, your spine should be super supported here. So find that place where your neck, your shoulders, your low back can rest easy. If you have pain, especially in that low back, you can always bend your knees, or if your heels or ankles start to cry, you can bend those knees. But the intention of this inversion pose is that you get the effect, same as you would when we were doing the down dog or the dolphin, or even when you're doing a headstand. The idea here is that gravity is kind of using your body in the opposite direction as we go through most days. So take a breath or two here. Just close your eyes and become aware of the sensations in your body. Feel the blood moving from your feet down to your knees, all the way down to your hips, resting on the floor. Again, feeling that connection between your body and the floor. And think about relaxing your body, softening any tension, and relaxing into stillness. Now your body's going to stay in this position. We're going to do a little kind of sound practice. So it's kind of a humming breath. It's almost like you would hear chanting, but your mouth is closed. So your mouth can stay closed, your eyes can stay closed. When you inhale, breathe in through your nose. And then when you exhale, just find that little hum. You don't have to make it very long, but see if you can take a few breaths. I'm going to count on the tips of my fingers, bringing my thumb to the tip of my finger for each exhale. Now just let go of that humming breath, that humming exhale. Keep your attention in your body here. Keep relaxing toward the floor. And just take a moment to notice the effect of the work that you've done. Now you can stay in this position. I'm I'm going to guide you through a little meditation, but just stay in a place where your body feels supported. If you need to bend your knees or even bring your feet down from the wall, you can. But continue to find that space where your body feels supported, where you can rest easy. You stay resting on the floor. I'm going to shift to guide you through this meditation. So just breathe easy. Feeling your body totally supported here. And then just make this little wish for yourself. May I feel supported. May I feel safe. May I feel loved. And may I feel connected to others and that source outside myself. Just setting this little wish for yourself. May I feel supported. May I feel safe. May I feel loved. May I feel connected to others and that source bigger than myself. Imagine that wish is like a light, like the sunlight. And visualize that light filling your whole being. On your next exhalation, imagine you're sending this same wish to all of the people that you love. May all the people that I love feel supported. May all the people that I love feel safe. May all the people that I love know that they are loved. And may all the people that I love feel connected to others and to that source bigger than themselves. Imagine sending this wish to all of the people that you love, sending that light to all of the people that you love each time you exhale. Imagine that light getting more powerful each time you exhale. So that light spreads to all the people in the state. Spreading that light, that wish to all the people in this country. That light growing bigger and brighter, spreading that wish to all the beings on the planet. Send this wish to all the beings on the planet. May all beings feel supported. May all beings feel safe. May all the beings on this planet know that they are loved. And may all the beings on this planet recognize that we are connected to each other and to that source bigger than ourselves. Sending this wish to all the beings on the planet, sending that light to encompass the whole planet. Now I'm going to invite you to slowly move your body, bending your knees and rolling to one side, keeping your body supported for just a breath or two. And then gently come up into a seated position. Take your time. Your head's been low. You've done all that work on your crown chakra today. As you move your body into this seated position, we're going to do one more thing. This is a nyasa. It's a movement with meaning. So bring your hands together at your chest. Just reconnecting to that wish for yourself. May I feel supported and safe and loved. And then move your hands up towards your forehead. You don't have to touch your face. Just bring your attention to that space between your eyebrows. May I recognize that I am connected. And then bring your hands to the crown of your head. May I recognize that I am connected to others. And then we're going to reach up toward the ceiling, out to the sides and down. May I recognize my connection to the source bigger than myself. Bringing your hands together at your chest. So we're going to do this movement, and I'm going to invite you to chant Om. Remember, this word Om is really a connection chant. It's really a way to connect us to that source bigger than ourselves, to the universe. And if you like, just bring to mind that little wish again as we move. So breathe in here. As you exhale, let's do two more. Inhale. One more. Thanks for playing. Namaste.